The International Business Times had a really great article from David Sirota, which details how Chris Christie is anything but a fiscal conservative. So that's the platform that he's run on multiple times. That's how he fancies himself. And unfortunately, that's how the media portrays him as well. It turns out nothing can be further from the truth. They say, quote, Governor Chris Christie's administration openly acknowledged that more New Jersey taxpayer dollars were going to land in the coffers of major financial institutions. It was 2010, and Christie had just installed a longtime private equity executive, Robert Grady, to manage the state's pension money. You see where this is going? Grady promoted a plan to put more of those funds into riskier investments managed by Wall Street firms. Though this would entail higher fees, Grady said the strategy would, quote, maximize returns while appropriately managing risk. Well, what ended up happening? Pretty much the exact opposite of that. Quote, 4 years later, the state has sent more pension money to the big-name Wall Street firms like Blackstone, Third Point, Omega Advisors, Elliott Associates, and Grady's old firm, the Carlyle Group. The amount of fees the state pays financial managers has more than tripled since Christie assumed office. New Jersey is now one of America's largest investors in hedge funds. The maximized returns, as they call them, have yet to materialize. So, in other words, you funnel all these taxpayer dollars to these big Wall Street firms, and they promise that they're going to return more money and it'll be better for the pensions. In reality, it's the exact opposite, and you're just funneling taxpayer dollars to these already rich people, and you don't see any return on investment in any serious way. So it did not help the people of New Jersey. The only people it helped were the people in these Wall Street firms. They continue, quote, between fiscal year 2011 and 2014, the state's pension trailed the median returns for similarly sized public pension systems throughout the country. The below-median performance has caused New Jersey taxpayers billions in unrealized gains and has left the pension system on shaky ground. Meanwhile, New Jersey is now paying $250 million in additional fees to Wall Street firms, many of whose employees have financially supported Republican groups backing Christie's re-election campaign. Oh, so that's what this is really about. Paying back your donors. Why didn't I guess that from the beginning? It should have been obvious to us from the very beginning. Now, also keep in mind, as Christie is funneling taxpayer dollars to these Wall Street firms, just blowing the money and giving it to his buddies, he's at the same time telling the working class people in New Jersey that, hey, we need to cut your pensions, or hey, we need to raise the retirement age, and he's done it. So you want to talk about a guy with his priorities backwards, and it's because he's so corrupt, because he's so buddy-buddy with these Wall Street guys. So, they're not done yet in the article. Quote, those who originally opposed the state's shifting of pension funds into hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, real estate, and other alternative investments see the below-average returns as no accident, but an inevitable byproduct of the strategy. The Christie administration has effectively taken money from retired state workers and delivered the cash to Wall Street money managers. Damn. So in total, what's the damage? How much has the shifting of pension funds to Wall Street cost the taxpayers of New Jersey? You ready for this? $3.8 billion. Tell me again, Chris Christie, how you're a fiscal conservative. See, that's the thing about these Republicans, and they'll never tell you. They'll pretend like the exact opposite is true, and they'll attack the Democrats. They believe in socialism. They believe in big government for the healthcare system, and they believe in big government for the social safety net and the welfare state, as they say it with a negative connotation. What they don't tell you is, sure, in many respects, they're against that kind of big government, but the big government they're in favor of is big government as long as the money's going to already rich white guys wearing suits and ties on Wall Street. In that case, it's big government all day long. Give them as many taxpayer dollars as you want, and as many as we can get away with, without being sued. Okay? They want socialism for the already rich. At least the Democrats, when they say we want a better social safety net or health care, it's the good kind of big government. With the Republicans, they go way over the top with it, and they want to do bailouts to Wall Street. They want to give bonuses to people on Wall Street who already bankrupted their companies. In this case, they want to give it to these firms when they haven't earned it. They also believe in big government. I don't even need to continue with this, but they also believe in big government when it comes to regulating women's bodies, when it comes to the NSA and spying on you. So Republicans do believe in big government. They just believe in it in all the wrong areas. So Chris Christie, no surprise to anybody paying attention here, the idea that he's a fiscal hawk and he believes in fiscal discipline and being strong on budgets and harsh on deficits, absolute nonsense.